On Sunday, I shared my story about how God has been with me through this last year as I've been through cancer treatment, about how I've pressed into him and how he has helped and supported me and been with me. Actually, how I've got closer to him through this whole process. As part of that, I mentioned a poem I wrote back in November, which I never actually got a chance to read. I was reflecting on just how much God loves me, on how my life is really all about loving God and being loved by God, and everything else comes second to that. I was reflecting on the fact that up to this point, I was just so grateful for all that God had done, and if this had happened to have been the end, then I would be really satisfied, and if there was more, then this is what I wanted the rest of my life to be like. So I wrote this poem, and it's called If This Is Where It Ends. If this is where it ends, then I am fulfilled, for I am deeply loved and always have been, held in the long, loving gaze of the Father who made me, the Son who saved me, and the Spirit who leads me. My years so far have been a journey of discovery, a disentangling of identity, a loosening of expectations, a letting go of condemnation, and an ever-growing sense of being known and being loved unfailingly, unconditionally, and an invitation to serve and love passionately, creatively, fruitfully, faithfully, a legacy of God in me poured out in my community. And if there's more, then only joy I see as the child in me becomes ever more free to be unhindered and unfettered, soulfully and spiritually. And health or wealth, success or longevity can be lightly held, accepting that they don't define me, as each of their challenges presents an opportunity to learn to love and be loved more completely, with more of him and less of me. As a kind of challenge this week, why don't you try and write something yourself, maybe a poem, a song, or just a little bit of an entry for a journal or something. But why don't you reflect on what God is saying and doing and see if you can express it in words? There's no need to show it to anyone. This is be for an audience of one. But as a spiritual discipline and something to try, why don't you have a go at that this week?